Hello everyone! In today's lesson we're going to talk about active and passive voice. Active voice means that the sentence has a subject that acts upon its verb. Passive voice means that the subject is a recipient of a verb's action. When the subject of a sentence performs the verb's action, we say that the sentence is in the active voice. Sentences in the active voice have a strong, direct, and clear tone. Here are some short examples of active voice. Monkeys adore bananas. A sentence is in the passive voice, on the other hand, when the subject is acted on by the verb. For example, bananas are adored by monkeys. Look at these two sentences. Active. Bell invented the telephone. Passive. The telephone was invented by Bell. The two sentences have the same meaning, but they are about different things. One sentence is about Bell, and the other is about the telephone. Each sentence begins with the subject. The subject is the starting point of the sentence, the thing we're talking about. The new information about the subject comes at the end of the sentence. We say Bell invented the telephone because we're talking about Bell, and the new information is that he invented the telephone. When the subject is in the person or thing doing the action, the agent, then we use the active verbs. Active. Bell, subject and agent, invented the telephone. The subject Bell is the agent. We say the telephone was invented by Bell because we're talking about the telephone and the new information is that it was invented by Bell. When the subject is not the agent, is not doing the action, then we use a passive voice. The telephone is the subject, was invented by Bell. Bell is the agent. The subject, the telephone, is not the agent. It's the thing that the action is directed at. In a passive sentence, we sometimes mention the agent. We use by with the agent. The medals were presented by Nelson Mandela. But we mention the agent only if it is important for the meaning of the sentence. Sometimes we do not mention it. We do not mention the agent if it does not add any new information. For example, all our money and passports were stolen. We do not need to say that the money was stolen by a thief. We do not mention the agent if it is not important. For example, oil has been discovered at the North Pole. Who discovered the oil is less important than the fact that it is there. It is sometimes difficult to say who the agent is. This kind of jacket is considered very fashionable these days. Let's look at the empty subjects. Compare these two sentences. In active voice, they clean the streets every day. In passive voice, the streets are cleaned every day. The new and important information is how often the streets are cleaned. We're not interested in saying who cleans them. In the active sentence, we can use the empty subject, they. We sometimes use a sentence with an empty subject instead of the passive, especially in conversation. We can also use the empty subjects, people, you, one, and someone. Let's look at the examples. Sentences in active voice. People use this footpath all the time. In passive voice, this footpath is used all the time. Someone took my purse. My purse was taken. That's all for today.